everyone at home. We're here at Frontier Community Access Television, also known as FCAT. Today we're here with some people from Fred, and I think I will let them explain what Fred is. Would you guys mind introducing yourselves?
I'm Rachel Sable. I'm the director of Fred.
I am Alex Fortune. I act in Fred, and I wrote a few of the skits.
I'm Pat Guy. I also wrote a few of the skits, and I'm an actor.
Okay, so what is Fred?
For
Real.
Entertainment.
duh.
So that's for real entertainment, duh, for all you guys that didn't hear that. Do you mind giving a brief explanation of what goes on at Fred?
Well, Fred will be a comedy performance. It's like a little comedy troupe we have at our school. It's all student run. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, for the past, it's been a lot of years, but 5 years.
5 years.
Since I've been in 7th grade, actually. We've had this yearly performance of Fred. And each year, until this year, we've been doing sort of themes of different groups of, I don't know what you'd call it, like just groups that do skits, acting troupes, comedy troupes even. And we've just sort of done a theme each year, maybe taken a few skits from some groups and some from others.
Like Saturday Night Live,
Yeah.
Monty Python.
All those sort of things. And this year, sort of, we've got quite a mix. And then, of course, some student-written ones, 6 at least.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, and if someone were to want to come see this, when is the time to do that?
It's March 23rd at 7 p.m. in the Frontier Auditorium.
Okay.
It's a Friday night.
And does it cost any money?
Nope, it's all free.
All free, okay. So the skits, how long are these skits and what goes on throughout these skits?
All the skits are 3 to 5 minutes each. It's about an hour-long show altogether, maybe an hour 15. It's all hilarious stuff. Got a wide variety of themes and who knows what.
Pat,
Yes.
would you say there's a good mix of different actors or just a base set group of people?
We've got a lot of different actors. We have people ranging from all grades. Do we have any middle schoolers? I don't believe
No
so.
middle schoolers
No middle
this year.
schoolers, but we got all high schoolers from freshmen to seniors. So it's quite a good mix, and they're all very different actors. So.
Nice. Is there any age limit you guys would say to come seeing the show?
No, it's welcome for all ages. Everything's appropriate and everyone can understand the skits because they're all funny.
I'd probably cap it at 143.
Yeah.
But like once you're past that age, I don't know if the humor is going to be relevant anymore. Make not enough horse and buggy jokes.
Yes, that's true.
But that's about it, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. And is there a general type of skit that we're going to be seeing? Mainly just comedy or
Funny.
funny?
It's all going to be funny.
So basically, if you guys want to come and get a good laugh, make sure you show up. Is there anything you guys would like to say to the public about the show? Your experience the past 5 years, example, Alex, you've been here, seems like the longest at everybody.
Yeah.
I would say that this year has gotten me even more excited than I have been for the other ones. It's been a very new experience, and I'm excited for it, and I think the audience should be too.
Nice. What's the history behind Fred? Who started it? How does the directing work?
Well, it was sort of pretty much started by Joe Bergeron, and he sort of brought me and a group of other kids that he knew into a room in the LMC and said, I have a great idea for something we're going to do, and we're going to call it Fred, for real entertainment, duh, and we're going to do a bunch of Monty Python skits. And we were really excited about it. We did a few at the coffee house that year, and we decided, let's make this a performance for the whole school to see. So we had a group of maybe like 15 people that did a bunch of skits, maybe a little less than that, I don't know. It was all Monty Python, and it was great. And we decided to make this an annual thing. Well, mostly, it wasn't really my decision, but mostly Joe wanted to make it an annual thing. So we anointed another director, and it's been going on from there.
Nice.
I'm just happy it's been passed down every year because it's grown every year. More people have came to see it every year. It's really awesome.
And how were you passed down this director position?
Well, at the last performance, Steph Scott, she was the director last year, she asked me if I would be interested in directing, and I was like, of course. I mean, it's been a great opportunity. It was a great opportunity, and it still is, working with these kids. They're awesome. So
Nice. How many skits will we be seeing if we go to see the show?
I think there's 15 altogether.
15 altogether, and they're about 3 to 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So how long of the show do you think it'll be?
About an hour and 15 minutes altogether.
Okay, so a good amount of entertainment for you guys. What else? Yeah, for example, do we have any skits that people might know at home?
Let's see. What are some popular ones?
None of the ones we wrote.
None of the ones they wrote. but
Okay,
they're
so
good.
yeah, exactly. So you two wrote a couple skits. How many? What did you write about? What gave you the ideas behind the skits?
Well, I wrote 2 independently and then collaborated with Pat Guy for 2 others.
Yeah.
But the main topics of my favorite one is just full of puns about fruit. And I think that's just my favorite topic of humor is puns about fruit. You'll find that in any jokes that I tell, except for maybe the whale joke, but that's a different one. But I think that's my favorite kind of humor is puns about fruit.
And for me, we did one. I collaborated with him on one about. We had the idea of 2 old men bickering in a restaurant over a waitress, so we kind of went with that, and it's pretty great.
They're talented.
Yeah. Was there anything that popped off in your head thinking about grandfather, grandmother bickering or anything like that made you want to write this skit?
What was your inspiration?
I'm not really sure. I'd love to say we were at a restaurant and watched it happen, but
It didn't.
it was not.
Okay. So do you mind maybe breaking down how you picked out the skits and how rehearsals go through?
Of course. Well, when I first found out I was going to be director for next year, I was so excited. I started watching Saturday Night Live religiously and, looking up Mad TV, Whitest Kid You Know, all those comedy troupes, just looking for something that'll be suitable for, a school performance, that'll involve a lot of people, that'll be hilarious. So I spent a lot of time doing that, and then I looked through, got my basic skits down, and I decided to hold auditions, which was just pretty much placing people in what I wanted them to be. And it's really cool because this year people are in 3 or 4 skits even, so that's fun. Then the rehearsal process, we pretty much just ran through the skits over and over, figuring them out, understanding them. And now that Fred's almost here, we're just perfecting everything.
Mm-hmm. Now, if each of you, what is the hardest thing you've come through this experience?
Oh, wow.
Rachel's directing.
What about you?
You agree, Alex?
I'd say that's probably the hardest part.
She's tough.
Yeah, I'm a horrible director.
Now, being a director, that's a lot of responsibility. I mean, are you taking it lightly?
I've been having the time of my life with this, honestly. It's sort of hard when people can't show up to rehearsals or you're having trouble, with your schedule. It's my schedule's so full right now with Fred. But I think because I love it so much, it doesn't really matter.
Mm-hmm.
Everything good just overpowers the bad.
Yeah, and it seems like everybody at school. We also do a showing. We'll be doing it the following Monday, right?
Yes.
At Frontier for the students, and you can definitely see the wide range of ages that like their different skits. Because on Friday when we do the show, old people laugh at certain jokes, and then younger kids are laughing at other jokes. So
It's cool
that's one of my favorite things
yeah,
about
it's
doing
cool
it.
that everyone can come in and enjoy it.
Yeah, it's definitely a good range of comedy. You guys, everybody obviously has their different funny range, I guess. But I think everybody will be satisfied with the show. Is there anything you guys want to say?
Just March 23rd, 7 p.m.
Be there.
Be there or be
Do you
a
have
circle.
Do you have anything to say? Because you're in it.
Yes, I'm also in it too. I've been doing it since 9th grade.
What's been your experience? I'm interviewing you.
My experience, I pretty much started off with Fred. I've always been into drama and been into acting. But Fred, who started it? It was Amanda, right?
Yeah, I think that
Yeah,
was...
our first year together.
This was the
that
second year.
Yeah.
This was the second year of
Amanda
Fred. It
Lindsay.
was my first year. I think Rachel's first year also. And that was awesome because it was a great way to get into acting. The atmosphere is awesome. Everybody seems to have a great time all the time, except for the director. They seem like they're always pulling their hair out. Her hair's like almost gone by now.
It's so big.
It's all good.
It's a wig.
It's a week. But yeah, also, how long have you guys been doing Fred? Alex said, but Pat, you and Pat haven't said.
You've been doing it since the beginning.
Yeah.
This is my first year.
Yay!
It's your first year.
We're so glad to have Pat.
Yeah, he's doing a great job. I mean, it's not easy to write skits that make people fall on the ground laughing, but when these two right here, Alex and Pat, get on the stage and do their old man skit, I lose it. I haven't laughed so hard at any other Fred skit there, so that's I think my favorite skit this year.
It's definitely saying something as the director, from my point of view. When you see all these skits, especially the original skits, I've seen them 1,000 times by these guys, and every time you guys and everyone in this cast, they do something new, and they still make it funny, and I'm dying laughing each night at rehearsal. It's awesome.
I'd also say one of my favorite things about it is when people come out and they do the skit similar, but there's just one thing they do extra that's different, and I just lose it. That's the best part. When people start to break down their own character and see how the character really works, and working with that, making it even more funny, that's one of my favorite things. And also seeing younger kids having a great time is always good, because we knew we were in their shoes at one point, you know.
The newbies,
So,
gotta love them.
the newbies. So, March 23rd, 7 p.m., free admission, so you guys aren't going to lose anything by it. You just maybe lose some weight from laughing so hard.
Oh, yeah.
Make sure you guys are there.
Frontier Auditorium.
Frontier Auditorium, 7 p.m. I'd say get there for 6:45, 6:30.
Yeah.
If you want to get a good seat, up front is the best. You won't need to bring your hearing aids because we're all loud and awesome.
Yay!
But yeah, so I'm Ethan.
I'm Rachel.
I'm Alex.
I'm Pat.
For FCAT, I'm Ethan, like I said before, and we're out.
Here we have Rachel Sable, director of Fred 2012. How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Pretty good. All right, so I have a few questions for you. First of all, what was your process when you found out you were the director of Fred, and how did you go about designing the show?
Well, at first I was just excited I was directing it. But earlier this year, I started watching Saturday Night Live, asking people, what skits they thought would be interesting, and I just gathered a bunch of skits together. I asked people to write some skits, so that's new to Fred this year. And then the rehearsal process, gathering props, auditioning, and now we're here.
Awesome. What are some of your favorite skits in the show this year?
I gotta say, probably my favorite skits are the original ones, just because I feel like they mean a lot to the show, and it's such a new thing to add.
Who wrote the original skits?
Pat Guy and Alex Fortune, they wrote all the skits.
Oh, cool. All right, well, thank you for your time. I'll let you get back to directing.
Thank you.